There's a moment in almost every person's life when they find themselves sitting alone, replaying conversations, analyzing every little detail, wondering what someone truly meant, and one question rises again and again, softly at first, then louder, until it fills the whole mind. Does she genuinely like me? Or is she just being kind? It's a question so many people struggle with, not because they're naive, but because human behavior is layered, and kindness, politeness, warmth can all look like affection when the heart is hoping for just a little more. Today, we're going to step into that space, the quiet, uncertain space between friendliness and real interest, a space filled with mixed signals, hopeful assumptions, and the psychology that lives beneath it all. Take a breath, and let's walk through this slowly, because understanding the difference can protect your confidence, your energy, and your emotional well-being. And sometimes, knowing the truth, whether it's the one you hoped for or not, can set you free. Before anything else, imagine this for a moment. You meet someone, and there's something gentle about the way she speaks. She smiles when she talks to you. She makes eye contact. She laughs when you say something funny. And for a moment, you wonder, is this connection or is this courtesy? This is where human psychology becomes fascinating, because not all warmth is personal. Some people are naturally expressive, naturally friendly, naturally inclusive. Their kindness is not special treatment, it's simply who they are. And that can be confusing. So today, we're peeling back the layers, not with judgment, not with assumptions, but with clarity. Clarity that helps you understand her behavior without overthinking every word or gesture. Let's begin with the subtle patterns, the quiet truths, the signs you feel rather than see, because real interest and simple friendliness may appear similar on the surface, but deep down, they move very differently. Imagine this scenario. You've talked to her before. You've had conversations that felt comfortable, maybe even meaningful. She replies when you message her. She's polite. She's warm. But there's something missing, something faint, something that doesn't feel fully reciprocal. And here's where psychology gives us insight. When someone is genuinely interested, they don't just respond. They initiate, not constantly, not overwhelmingly, but naturally. Interest creates curiosity. Curiosity creates action, and action creates communication that doesn't rely solely on you. If she only replies when you reach out, if she doesn't start conversations herself, if she never sends the first message, then the connection is likely one-sided. Not because she dislikes you, but because her emotional energy may not be directed toward you. Kindness responds. Interest reaches. And that small difference changes everything. Now imagine something else. You finally make plans. A day at a time. A simple hangout. Something casual and easy. At first, everything seems fine. But then, just before the moment arrives, she cancels. Once, maybe twice, maybe more, and each time, the explanation sounds polite, thoughtful, reasonable. But something inside you knows it shouldn't feel this difficult. It shouldn't feel like you are asking for too much simply by wanting to see someone who seems to enjoy talking to you. Psychology tells us something very important here. People invest effort where they feel emotional alignment. If someone consistently avoids spending time in person, it means their comfort lies in distance, not closeness. Sometimes, people enjoy the attention, the conversations, the validation, but not the connection itself. It doesn't make them cruel. It makes them human. But you deserve a connection that moves toward you, not one that stays conveniently out of reach. So ask yourself gently, does her behavior match her words? Does she show up emotionally and physically, or only when it's easy for her? Real interest shows consistency. Politeness shows convenience. And now, let's explore something deeper, something unspoken: body language. We often forget that the body tells the truth even when the words try to remain neutral. When someone feels drawn to you emotionally, mentally, even subconsciously, their body leans closer. They make subtle contact. Their posture opens. Their presence softens. A light touch on the hand. A small lean toward you while talking. A moment where she steps into your space instead of away from it. These aren't accidents. They are expressions of comfort, interest, and emotional familiarity. But when the opposite happens, when she keeps her distance, when she turns her body away, when she avoids even the smallest physical closeness, that distance tells a story too, not a harsh story, not a painful one, just an honest one. People gravitate toward what feels right to them. And if she isn't gravitating toward you physically, emotionally, or energetically, then she may simply be interacting from a place of politeness rather than genuine connection. But here's where things become even more revealing. Questions. When someone likes you, they want to know you, not vaguely, not superficially, but genuinely. They ask, they wonder, they're curious. Their interest creates a deeper level of conversation, a level that feels personal rather than routine. If she never asks about your day, your thoughts, your feelings, your life, then she's not emotionally investing. Politeness keeps conversations comfortable. Interest keeps conversations meaningful. And you deserve meaningful. Eye contact tells a story too. A story that psychology studies again and again, because our eyes reveal what our words try to hide. When someone feels a spark, romantic or emotional, their eyes linger. They stay. They connect. There is a focus that feels almost magnetic. But when someone is simply being friendly, their eyes move. They wander. They shift to the phone, the room, anywhere else. Not out of rudeness, but because their mind isn't anchored to you emotionally. Focus is a form of affection. Distraction is a form of distance. And then, there's the most overlooked truth of all: how she treats others. If she behaves the same way with everyone, if she laughs the same, smiles the same, speaks the same, then her warmth toward you is part of her nature, not a sign of personal interest. But if her demeanor changes around you, even slightly, if she becomes more talkative, or more nervous, or more intentionally present, that shift means something. Some girls express interest through openness. Some express interest through shyness. Both are emotional cues. But kindness? Kindness is consistent. It looks the same for everyone. Real interest looks different, so ask yourself quietly, does she treat you uniquely? Or are you experiencing the same friendliness she shows to the world? These small truths, these quiet signals, they protect your emotional world. They keep you from building stories in your mind that don't match the reality in front of you. And what matters most is learning to honor your own clarity, your own value, your own time, because you deserve someone whose actions don't confuse you, someone who doesn't make you question whether you matter, someone who doesn't make you analyze every message, every moment, every silence. You deserve a connection that feels natural, simple, balanced, reciprocal, a connection where interest is clear, where effort is mutual, where communication doesn't feel like work. Someone who talks to you because they want to, not because it's convenient. Someone who shows up, not someone who drifts in and out depending on the moment. Someone who values your presence, not someone who keeps you wondering whether you matter at all. The truth is, human feelings are not always mutual. Sometimes two people simply stand in different emotional places. And that's okay. It doesn't make you unworthy. It doesn't make you difficult to love. It doesn't mean something is wrong with you. It simply means their heart is walking a different path than yours. And that is the beauty of clarity. When you understand the difference between kindness and connection, you stop chasing mixed signals. You stop clinging to uncertainty. You stop accepting emotional crumbs. Instead, you make space. Space for someone whose presence feels sure, whose words align with their actions, whose energy speaks clearly, softly, confidently. I choose you. And that kind of connection, the quiet, certain kind, will never make you question your worth. So if you're unsure whether she likes you, or she's simply being nice, trust what her patterns reveal. Not the hope, not the fantasy, not the wish. The patterns, because patterns tell the truth even when people don single quotes T.A. And when you honor that truth, you protect your heart, your time, your emotional peace. In the end, clarity doesn't just help you understand her. It helps you understand yourself. It teaches you how to invest your energy wisely, how to read emotional signals with confidence, and how to move toward connections that feel certain instead of confusing. And when the right person comes along, you'll know. You won't need to decode their actions. You won't need to question their intentions. You won't need to wonder whether their kindness is interest or just politeness, because the right person won't leave you wondering. They'll make it clear, in the simplest, most beautiful ways, that your presence matters. And that is the kind of connection worth waiting for.